And welcome.
Hey,
Go ahead, go.
what's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Coming live in another episode of Swamp Creatures Podcast. Got on the Delaware 3 tonight, so want to go around, introduce Bill, Amy, Dave. Would you like to introduce yourselves to everybody tonight?
Sure. Hello, Bill Hinds, elected chair of the Delaware Libertarian Party.
Yeah, I'm Amy LePore, elected vice chair of the Libertarian Party of Delaware. Thanks for having us on.
What's up, guys? Dave Casey. I am the exiled Newcastle County of Delaware chair. Thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate it. And congrats on the podcast, man.
Thank you, man.
We're really putting to the test that theory that anyone can do it. We're gonna see just how far we can get. Yeah,
Absolutely, man. Yeah, crush it.
No, go ahead, Josh. You want to introduce what's up? Why are these people here? Why do we care what they have to say?
Why do we care? So, actually, I'd like you guys to explain it because, you're the ones involved. This is kind of your story. So, let's hear it straight from the horse's mouth if you'd like to go ahead.
There was some news that happened October 1st, right?
Yeah. So all right. So I'll just hit it. October 1st, we're all peacefully enjoying our evening. About 9:00, Amy reaches out to me and says, "You see what Will's doing in the Discord server?" I said, "No." She said, "He booted us out of the party, out of the board." So I went on there and I looked and I found it very fascinating. He logged on at 8:01 in the evening, called a meeting. By like 8:03, they declared that we, Amy, myself, and Dave, were not present. So they had another member of the board chair the meeting, and they ratified an AOA bylaw change that none of us had even heard of. It just came out of the blue. And that bylaw change gave the Sussex County chair and the Kent County chair the power to boot anybody off the state board, really for no reason at all. And that's what they did. So they passed that, they ratified that, the 5 cohorts. And once they passed that, they immediately came back and said, "All right, let's remove Bill, Amy, and Dave from the board right now." And they did that, and they all voted yes, let's remove them. And their thing is that they claim they followed the rules and regulations according to our bylaws, according to Robert's Rules of Order. And we were just like stunned. All of us were like, this didn't really happen. And we started looking into it, and we found a lot of dirt. It's been covered in other podcasts, but basically, Will is the social media administrator for everything LPD. He has been since there's been social media in the Libertarian Party of Delaware. As a matter of fact, this is so crazy. He went missing for a couple years, and nobody had access to social media while he was missing for a couple years because he had all the passwords.
So the account just went dark?
Yep. Yeah. Wow. For a couple of years because he was not available, and nobody could get the passwords. So when we came on, we're like, this is not how you run an organization that you want to reach out to people, have a marketing strategy, have a team running the strategy, not just one person. And since we joined the board in June of this year, it's been a struggle every day just to try to create a coherent social media policy, to get a team together. He's been a roadblock to all of that. The funny thing is, he says we are the roadblock to doing business on the board, but nobody brings business to the board except Will. So, us being a roadblock for Will is really a good thing in our minds.
Yeah. So I think we're getting into the nitty gritty a little bit. So what happened here was there was a purge of the Mises Caucus members. I saw both of your appearances on The System Is Down, and I saw his response as well. And my favorite part of that, if you guys haven't watched that, go watch The System Is Down. Go watch Amy and Dave, and Bill was on there too, right? Yeah. Watch everybody on there explain their side of the story, and then watch Will come in and try to explain it all away. My favorite part about that was they had somewhat good reasons, I guess, for getting rid of Dave. But when it came to Amy and Bill, they were just like, oh, well, they're friends with Dave, so they got to go too. Like, it just didn't make any damn sense.
Like, Dave's an asshole, but Amy and Bill, you're friends with the asshole, so fuck you. You got to go too.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous.
Yeah, pretty much. They saw us as a roadblock to removing Dave, and I'll tell you why. The previous bar, before they did their crazy amendment, was that 4/5 of the board had a vote to remove somebody. And that bar was set high for a reason, because everybody's elected by the body. So if the body knew Dave was an asshole when they elected him, the body should be consulted when removing him. That's why the bar is set so high. And they said, well, the bar's too high to get rid of Dave, so we'll get rid of the people that are blocking us from getting rid of Dave, and we'll set the bar so low that we can get rid of anybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, so I want to talk about some more of that stuff. I'm a total shit host because we didn't do what we usually do. We didn't go around the table and ask everybody what the hell we're drinking here tonight. So I'll start it off. I'm drinking the Bud Light, okay? I got Brandy in here. She's coming in every 20, 30 minutes, bringing me another beer. So by the end of this, we're gonna get super saucy. All right, Josh, what do you got?
See, like I said before the podcast started, I'm a very ugly man, so I needed the red stripe tonight to make myself beautiful. So I'm drinking the Jamaican beer in the ugly bottle tonight.
There we go.
Cheers.
Amy, Bill, are you guys drinking tonight?
Yeah, we are. Amy's got a nice wine over there.
I have a Merlot.
There you go.
Cheers.
Oh, it's
Very
good for the heart.
I've actually got a New Jersey brewed beer.
Oh yeah,
Cape
that
May
means it's
Brewing
garbage.
Company.
Yeah.
No,
He's like hot trash.
Hey.
they're trying. They're trying. It's really good, actually. It's Cape May Brewing Company, a Belgian. It's called Devil's Reach, and there you go, Devil's Reach. It's really good.
There you go. Dave, what you got?
I am gonna do a little bit of B&B, the
There you
official
go.
drink of your pop pop.
Hey.
That's right.
There you go. And Duke, you got anything?
Not at the moment, but I was drinking quite a few Double Jack and Cokes earlier today. I was drinking some Blue Moons before I got on this
You know the
stream.
rules. You've been here
I
since
know.
the second episode. None of that
I'm
counts.
very
It's
much aware.
only what's on the show.
I know. Well, we've got basically an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll find booze before I leave. Before I leave here the show. So we'll make it work. We'll figure it out, man.
He's already
All right.
slurring his words. This is going to be a great night.
That's right. And Joey wants to know what you're drinking, Rich. He doesn't care about us. He asks specifically for you.
Yeah.
That's my boy, bro. I'm switching it up today, man. Got some Crown Vanilla.
Oh, there you go. No
Uh-oh.
more Kraken.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Fancy.
Kraken's back there. I'm giving it a rest this weekend.
Cracking
No.
open the purple bag.
No,
That's
so
a
I
big
think
mug of Crown you got there.
just give him 2 episodes. It'll be gone. No, so I think most of the people that would be tuning into this, they have an idea as to what's happening in Delaware, but maybe people don't understand what's been going on since then. So maybe we can kind of transition to that. You started getting into that a little bit. And I don't know, Dave, you want to jump in here, give you some talk time?
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Well, we have continued to operate as the official Libertarian Party of Delaware, and we have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're not acknowledging anything that the rogue party is doing at the moment. This is pretend time for Will. So,
Good.
Well,
far.
that,
Oh, really?
that brings up an interesting
Fucking
piece
good.
there, because I know what they do on their side, but I have no idea what you guys are up to. So how does that work? Is it just you 3 in the meetings, or do you guys have more people that come in, or?
No, well, I'm just speaking for as the Newcastle County chair. I think it was the next day. Maybe we had a county meeting, and it was awkward and weird. And Will came, so it was bizarre.
That was strange.
Or digitally, excuse me. He was in the audience.
Okay.
But yeah, he's always stalking. He's always watching, and he would drive up from Kent County to come to our Newcastle County meetings and just observe.
Yeah.
Bring peeps with him. It's bizarre, man. So I mean, if anybody's interested in the history, I could give you that because I was probably, one of the earlier kind of prods. Like,
go ahead, man. We're here for 2 hours. Whatever you want.
This is all the same. I'm fascinated by the microcosm here because this happens in so many places, and I'm sure you guys are aware of it. 10 times over. But there's always this like old guard. And that doesn't mean everybody who's been there for a while. Bill's been here for a while. You know what I'm saying? Bill's awesome. By the way, Bill, today's your birthday, right?
It is.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Dude, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday,
Take
Bill.
a drink for
Everybody
Bill
cheers
and his
for Bill.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chair.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, yeah, that should be noted that's very special that, a guy who's been there for a while saw new blood coming in and didn't freak the fuck out. He goes, "Oh, this is great. Awesome. What are you guys all about?" And he had read Human Action. So he was, it just made sense. He wasn't threatened by anything and was excited about it, which to me, that's what any normal libertarian should be when you see Mises Caucus action. Not to say that you have to be a MECOC, but like, just, I don't know, either be a part
or see action, right? Like just people coming in and being invigorated and wanting to take part and wanting to, bring change, fight all this bullshit tyranny we have going on with COVID and everything.
Yeah. And instead you see this weak messaging coming out.
New people. Yeah.
Right. So that was my gripe in the beginning was, the official state page could go a week without a post. So I would just once in a while come in and go, "Hey guys, can we see something?" And then, that was the beginning of my relationship with Will. But he's the one. He's the one here. Every state has one that just kind of is this like guardian of, it's his house. He's been here for a decade. He likes it here. It's very cozy for him. And he didn't. I don't know, man. I could get along with anybody, honestly. And I can be an asshole. I could be a dickhead. But like, and you could call me that. I forgive people. Like I can have arguments and it's all good. I love debating. But he went straight to 100, bro, with, the Nazi shit, white national. He went right to that. So it's like, where do we go from there, dude?
It was too many water fountain memes, Dave. It's what does it. It's what makes everyone pissed off at you.
Meme was ahead of its time. I'm telling you.
It really was. Yep.
Yeah.
It's all come true. I mean, how do they look back on what happened with the Kentucky situation? Like everybody got their panties all in a bunch with, saying that you're going to have to identify yourself as unvaccinated and there's going to be segregation based on vaccination. And now look at it now. Totally right. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what?
By the way, I identify as vaccinated, just so you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, right.
It's funny because it was, I think it was somebody commented on a Fakertarian's post because I mean, we all know that they don't have the best takes, but they were talking about the vaccine mandates and they're like, well, nobody's getting held down and vaccinated, and we're like, but not yet, exactly,
yeah.
Like, What part of, hey, this is what's coming next, and this is what's coming next, and this is what's coming next? What part of that have we been wrong about?
Look at Australia. Those motherfuckers are stomping people to death in the streets over you didn't send a selfie in time. Like on some abusive boyfriend shit. Oh, you didn't send a selfie showing me where you're at right now? Oh, you're cheating on me. You're cheating on me with freedom and liberty. Fuck you.
Yeah, dude. I feel like those World Economic Forum guys sent out a color-coded chart. Starts at yellow, goes all the way to red, and they send it out to every country. And they're like, "Look, I don't care how you drop your tyranny. You can be on this scale." Like from in America, it's like it's pretty good. Still, we got Wi-Fi. We can get on Facebook. Everybody's comfortable here. We got guns. But yeah, Australia is taking it pretty hard, man. And yeah, I'm sure that's the blueprint for other places.
I don't know if you saw that post. I saw it before Spike commented on it, but it was that girl in Australia that said, if you're vaccinated, get COVID just to make sure you're immune
Right.
to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you see
That
the
was
one where
that was a real commercial in Australia.
Did you see the picture that was going around social media where like the cops had stopped these two guys for going to KFC and laid out the whole bucket spread on the hood like it was a drug
Yes.
bust?
Criminals.
Like it blows my mind that
Crossing
kinda
county
they say,
lines with KFC.
yeah, fuck having a couple like kilos of coke in the trunk. You had a Colonel's bucket of chicken. 7 herbs and all them secret herbs and spices. We can't have that in our fucking pristine COVID-ridden country.
Yeah, that's sad.
Those poor bastards.
That's what you get for
So-
being a prison colony.
So you guys say you're basically operating without them, but I assume you're keeping tabs on what they've been up to.
So yes and no. I mean, we have to, just to because,
Like a hawk.
You live
I've been
there.
watching these motherfuckers like a hawk.
It's like watching a train wreck, right? You can't turn away. So we kind of see ourselves as frozen in time on September 30th because all of the craziness they're trying to do with bylaws and AOA amendments, and none of it to us is really legal because they went off the rails on October 1st, and everything they're doing is la la land.
Yeah.
So
that was
at the county level where the real work, so the state board is really 10 people. That's it. There's no volunteers working at the state board. There's no interns working at the state board. It's just 10 people that get together, have meetings, and try to decide on a direction for the state. But the reality is the work happens at the county level. And that's where we're continuing to focus. Like Newcastle County, Dave is the chair. It's our most populous county in the state. And we have a team there working hard to find good candidates, build the support mechanism to actually field candidates and get them phone banked and, door knocking, everything. So that when we come into 2022, because Delaware, 2022 is a big year for us, we're redistricting. And when you redistrict in a state, every state representative, every state senator is up for re-election as part of redistricting. So it's a big year for us. And it's kind of good that we dealing with this bullshit in a down year so that I'm hoping we can go into 22 and really, hit the ground and get people active.
Yeah. Duke is showing off his prostitute for the night. What's up, Mitch?
Hey, Mitch. What up, Dave?
What's up, Mitch? How you doing, man?
Hey, Mitch.
Doing good. How about you guys?
Doing great, man.
We're doing all right.
Good to be here.
Hey, so yeah, go ahead, Duke. Mitch, you got something you want? You've been bugging us about Dave this whole time, so get him.
He's a Jill Pit lover right now, Dave. So how are
Mitch has
things up
been
in
waiting on you
Delaware?
all.
What's up, my dude? Yo, we're crushing it, dude. We're getting ready to crush these jive turkeys. You have no idea.
You just leaving Mitch on read all these days, man.
Yeah, man, leave me on scene.
He's the girlfriend. You're the girlfriend he doesn't want anymore, Mitch. Just move on.
He's got a
I'm
new man
obsessing over
now.
my man Dave over here.
He's got a new man
got
now.
Will.
And his name
He's got
is
his
Duke.
pocket.
Like,
The
look,
new
if
world
you
order
need
in
to-
here.
bro. Like, it's cool. I can put on the glasses for you if you need it. To, at night.
That's a good look,
If that's
dude.
that's what gets you down, we can do it for you.
No.
That's awesome.
No, so we were talking about it a little bit before the show. Since you guys were ousted or whatever, it's been craziness over there. What's been going on, particularly these articles of affiliation where they can come in and basically remove chairs at will, where they can change up the board, change up the bylaws. Are you worried about that? Like you said, you're the chair of Newcastle. Like, what happens if they come in there and try to flex these new rules on you and just try to remove you? Just say, no way, not in my house.
I admit there's like a certain amount of faith that goes into this, which is weird because I'm not a religious man. But honestly, when you read that, and not trust me, we're doing the litigious part as well. We're crossing the T's, dotting the I's. We're doing that. But when you read that, any libertarian who reads that, I don't care if you're a prag, mecock, just an independent, just a human being with, good character. If you read that, there's no way you would be for that, because you would know what it would mean, the precedent that would set. Like, who wants top-down authority in the Libertarian Party? Who wants their state to tell counties what to do and be able to pull their money out? We don't like the way you're spending your money. We don't like the way you're doing your social media. We don't like the way that you're having whatever party, like anything. One
could argue it's almost unlibertarian.
Yeah, I don't usually throw that around because I know there's a stigma there, but
it is unlibertarian.
It is. I mean, I brought this up to multiple members within the LPF and, shared it publicly on, my social media channels. And the response I got back from several members, including county affiliates, is like, this would be grounds for disaffiliation from us, from our state party. Like, we, just speaking personally here, in Florida, where I'm from, we have county affiliates who actually have secession clauses built into their constitution or articles of affiliation, whatever you want to call them, where, hey, if we don't agree with what the state party's doing, we can vote to leave the party and still maintain Libertarian Party of X county status. So, me personally speaking, I know that's something I'm looking to introduce in my county affiliate, and I would highly suggest it, especially if you have concerns on your state board.
Amy, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, she's being quiet. She doesn't want to get in trouble with us.
This is
hey, like, Madam Vice Chair.
You're like an hour past my bedtime. This is late for me. So certainly, we were ousted by 8:06 that evening, and at 8:07 in the Facebook group shows up the most authoritarian proposal for amendment that certainly I've ever seen. And as Dave and Bill have alluded to, it permits the state board intervention into funding and officers and party business at the local affiliate level. But most concerning was language around the state board's authority to decide who can be a member and who cannot be a member. And that is jarring as any policy proposal might be, especially in something, in the Libertarian Party. And so the fact that was...
Tim says your connection is trash.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that.
Wait, our connection is?
No. I was trying to message him privately, but they're so drunk. They're just like, my connection's trash.
All right. Well, thank you, Amy, Bill, Dave. Thank you for coming on the show. Sorry, we're at the Tom Woods thing and a little cheated at the moment.
But you guys are awesome. Tomorrow. Are you kidding me? That's it. Have the time of your life.
Yeah. You guys have a good one. We're taking off.
All right.
Later, guys.
Good night.
But just to touch on what Amy was talking about, not only can their state board, as far as I'm read, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but not only can the state board has to approve your membership into the state party, if I'm not wrong, but they can also approve it on either a permanent or temporary basis, which is to say, if they approve you, it might not even be as, hey, you're a permanent member. We're going to give you a probationary period of 6 months, a year, 5 years, even. They can choose whatever they want.
Yeah, that is a part of the proposed amendment. But this goes even a step further, because in one county, we have had the chair flat out say that caucus members, right, that Mises caucus members,
I saw that. Yep.
Are not permitted in his county affiliate, which is absurd on its face. And he has backed off of that a little bit since, because we've been a little hard on him.
Maybe they should go join the Mandalorians.
Right. At least Will though isn't, he'll at least pretend that it's not a Mises caucus purge. he'll point to the couple people that are still that he didn't purge. Go, they're in the Mises Caucus or whatever.
The one person
then,
he didn't
but
purge.
this guy raises his hands up and goes, "Oh, wait till you see what we do with these Mises Caucus fellas." You're an idiot.
Yeah, and his pitch now is not that we can't be we cannot not attend Sussex County meetings, or we cannot not be members, but that we will have to disclose. Our members of the caucus would have to disclose their caucus affiliation.
Show me your MECOC papers, bitch.
Exactly. Show me your papers.
Show me your MECOC. Whip it out. We want to see it.
Now, here's the really funny thing. Him and his cohorts will say that this Mises Caucus thing was such an important thing to them, but at convention, not one person at convention mentioned it. It wasn't even mentioned at our convention. That's how important it was.
Yeah,
and
we're only talking about
2 people.
We're talking about 5 or 7 people here that are pissed. They just happen to have a little bit of power, right, in their what remains of their social club.
Mm-hmm.
We're only
not
talking
even a real
handful
power
of people. So
yeah, we've got 2,800 people registered Libertarian in Delaware.
It's closer to 2,000, I think.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah. So out of those 2,000, our convention, we get about 50 active people at a convention. So
wow.
Yeah.
You have 2,800 in the whole state, and you get 50 people active.
Yes.
Isn't
That's about it.
I am no. Well, I'm going to say, because in Florida we have 40,000 people registered, and we barely had 100 people at our last convention. So you guys are killing it, actually.
That's really.
I'll tell you what.
That's cool to hear. Yeah.
Like a year and a half ago, I think there probably were about 20 libertarians meeting in all 3 counties.
That's true.
Right. So at monthly business meetings, about 20 libertarians, and now I think
the number's more like 40.
More like 50, probably, because
50.
Kent County has grown exponentially as well. So and
things
are improving.
Yeah, and it's all because of the lockdowns and the shutting down businesses, and people are realizing that the way we've been living is not the way to live, right?
I thought it was because we hustled, but that's fine. It might be a lockdown. I'm pretty sure it's because we work hard.
Yeah, no, I won't discredit all the hard work. Believe me.
You know what?
There is a lot of hard work.
I like to tell the bigger state affiliates too, and like the bigger Mises, Florida's crushing it. You guys are crushing it. So I think that Delaware's got a real unique opportunity here. Like it's the second smallest state. There is only 3 counties here. You can drive up and down it so quick. The whole state has a neighborly kind of vibe. Right. People we joke the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon is really real here.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so frustrating right now. Like if Delaware had its shit together and we weren't doing all this stuff with Will and these other people that just want to kind of protect the power ring, then we could really do cool. There's probably only 12 billboards in the whole fucking state. You know what I'm saying? Like we could maybe do some cool things here if we got some energy. And
so
just
we
could
did
work
have,
together.
I will say we did have a school board race earlier this year where we put up a candidate, and the Democrat Party spent more money on that school board race than had ever been spent in the history of Delaware on a school board race. And they spent I want to say $10,000 on it.
Mm-hmm.
And, our candidate was a shoestring, couple $100 budget guy. But that's how scared they were because we were in that race.
I love it.
So I want to detour for a second because I just had a thought. I should have planned this out better, but this is a drinking show, so no one really cares.
It's great.
So, Bill, you've been around the party for a long time. Dave and Amy, I'm guessing that you guys have both been libertarians for a long time. This is something that wasn't brought up on System is Down, but I wanted to ask. So maybe start with Bill, then go to Amy, then go to Dave, because his is going to be eccentric and we're going to be drinking and laughing. But well, how did you guys get involved with the Libertarian Party? How long have you been involved and those kind of things?
Okay, so for me, a long time, it's not a real long time. It was probably early 20 or probably mid 2016 that I reached out. Yeah. And so I've been a libertarian values for a long time. I was a Ron Paul supporter when he ran, and failed. But anyway, the point I'm making, I lived in a representative district where the Democrat ran unopposed 3 times in a row. So I reached out to the Libertarian Party, and I'm like, this guy ran unopposed 3 times. Why isn't there a Libertarian candidate? And the answer was, we don't have the bandwidth. So when I got that answer, that's what made me decide to start going to meetings, get involved, and try to build the framework to support candidates so that would not be the answer anymore.
Respected.
Amy?
Yeah, so only active in the party for a year and a half. Been a libertarian for some time, 10 years ago or so, small L libertarian. My schooling and research and ended me kind of tangentially with a research center focused on Austrian economics, which I didn't know anything about that at the time, or what that was, or what that meant, and sent me down a rabbit hole for sure. But only active with the party, I want to say about a year and a half now.
Wow. Yeah, that's relatively recent. That's pretty crazy.
Yes,
but you gotta. Well, Amy was the Joe Jorgensen coordinator for Delaware too, which is
no shit. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good.
So
Dave.
so she did a lot to put that together.
Yeah, and it should just be noted too, like as a, shit poster, podcaster, anarchist, someone who is not, politics is not I didn't gravitate towards that, right? But it should be noted to these people who think that, might think that I just want to, shit the party up or whatever. I don't know. Like when I met Amy, I was like, okay, now we can get this thing started because there's a real professional who can guide us and who can help manage this project, which is
no
so
pressure,
complex.
Amy. No pressure.
Right? No, she's already been doing it. She's literally like running the show. But I digress. Personally, about 10 years ago, that's probably about the same for me. I came into the truth movement first, like early 2000s. I'm 40 years old. I'm getting up there, but I think that was really helpful to
Rich has got 10 years on you. You're good.
Damn, bro, ain't that old.
You gotta but it helps to have an understanding of the nature of government. That was kind of what brought me when I finally found Ron Paul. Okay, cool. I was like, now I can have some answers for all of the reasons why things suck. Oh, here's the Federal Reserve. Thank you for explaining this to me. Here, Austrian economics. Thank you for explaining this to me. Now there's some answers to things. That helped put it together. But I didn't get involved with I voted for Gary Johnson in 2012. I voted for him again in 2016 and supported Joe Jorgensen with these guys.
You voted for Gary Johnson over Ron Paul. Are you even a mecock?
Oh, dude, listen. No. There was no opportunity to vote for Rob. My band played in 2012 in Tampa for Ron Paul at Paul Fest. I was there.
Nice, dude.
Dude. This was, dude, I'm in it to win it. I'm a Ron Paul guy. That's why I'm here with you guys right now.
And what did you say when you got involved with the party? Sorry to derail.
So I got involved with the Mises Caucus a couple years ago, and I got involved with the party this year, and I was just elected 4.5 months ago. But
I feel you there.
Yeah, but listen, after voting for, it's funny, I blame myself. I voted, like I said, voted 3 times, 4 years apart in between all of this, and I don't know, I never got involved until now. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't satisfied with what I was seeing, but just passively accepted it. Gary Johnson's the best we can do twice. Joe Jorgensen's the best we can do, I guess. So at the end of the day, I love the take human action thing, man. It's fucking real, dude. # take human action. Because until you put your hands on it, you're not going to get what you want, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you just keep going, oh yeah, see you next time. See you next 4 years. Of course, the LP is going to be run by a bunch of, political science majors who want to get their foot in the DC. Of course it is.
Fucking lolberts.
Yeah, of course it's going to be that. If you're not paying attention and you're not helping run the show. So we're getting in there.
You just articulated my whole reason for joining the party so beautifully. I have to thank you for that. I've never heard it just worded so just brilliantly before.
Again, this is the microcosm, man. We're all doing it all over the place. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of, right? Cheers to Mike Heiss getting married tomorrow. I'm going to his wedding. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Cheers to Mike Heiss. Yeah.
Yeah.
The chairman. Pledge
Yeah.
allegiance, Rico. That's right.
I pledge allegiance to the Heiss. Somebody's
In
gonna
his
clip that
unelected
later,
position.
be like this guy's
Somebody's-
a fucking shill
Somebody's
for
totally
Michael
gonna
Heiss.
clip that.
I
hope
love
they-
how
It's
they
gonna
want
be
him
me.
to they
I'm
want
gonna
him to
clip it.
step down and like they want it to be a democratically elected position. I
No.
love it. It's hilarious.
Oh man, fuck you guys.
Yeah. Keep
Democracy is the god that failed.
right.
Amen.
Communism is democratic.
Yeah.
It
Right.
is.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy though, because like Bill, you were in the party before the caucus came around, right? Is that what I got from this?
Yeah, pretty much.
But it wasn't the caucus that inspired you to join. Like it sounds like with Amy and Dave that it was really the caucus efforts that brought them into the party. It wasn't so much like I got to get in the Libertarian Party and do something. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like the caucus is what brought us here. And we're being rejected and we're being accused of things that aren't true, you know, being racist and all this stuff. And then we're
Being a hacker.
accused. We're being accused of being, you know, as we were just joking, subservient to Mr. Heiss, whatever he wants to do. And we're going to purge all these people
Yeah,
and
I'm
all
being
this
accused
stuff.
of that myself. Yeah, it's kind of a joke.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just crazy. It's like, we're here to help, guys. We keep saying it. And you just want to keep throwing roadblocks up in the air. I don't know.
So in Delaware, the what I saw when the caucus started to grow and people started showing up at meetings was the attitude of, you don't know what we've been through. Like we suffered so that you could come here and enjoy this. You know, that was the attitude.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, we all suffer with the red and the blue parties. So
Of course.
it's really not. I didn't like that. I didn't like that narrative that you have to put in your time. You have, like, they're putting in their time.
You know,
as they arrive, they're putting in their time.
Honestly, though, if they would have just tweaked that a little bit, and if we came in and they were like, look, there are people. I want to learn from the elders too, man. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen Carol Moore online, but this lady is. I'm not going to call names, but just go look at some of this. She's been in the party for like 35 years. She was in the party with when Rothbard and Ron Paul were like getting in like 88, trying to keep those guys out. So like that's her vibe, and she's in my county.
Wow.
So just imagine that. It's a crazy cat lady, hates Ron Paul, hates Rothbard.
Yeah.
She hates a lot of things.
Well,
She
yeah.
certainly
We'll
does.
not give you the list of what those
Jesus.
things are, though.
It's a
Sounds
yeah,
about right.
I don't want to call her a crazy cat lady.
I know. I was being nice with that one. But
You know what? Some people are single.
she's called me a
issue,
Nazi, bro. I can call her a crazy cat lady.
but no,
I
but
think
she's-
crazy cat lady is far below Nazi.
You know,
Yeah.
everything's
Yeah,
on the
it
table
is,
after
it
that.
But I think like she's really more of a single issue person, kind of
Right.
like she's really focused on
Yes, she is.
what's important to her issue, and not the broad picture.
The right to breed cats
but
without a
she
license.
she documented her whole like libertarian adventure for like 35 years. It's cool. There's like great pictures, and she like, you know,
I
don't
my
know,
daughter bought a shirt off her.
yeah, she's been to like lots of protests and things, so she's passionate and all this stuff. I don't agree with her on a few things, and that's okay. But
Mhm.
I would have loved it if she was like, "Cool, you're the new chair. Like, come on in. Let me show you my scrapbook." I would have
Yeah.
loved that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But there was not a whole lot of that. So
This just made a lot of assumptions about new folks without asking questions. And that's a
Oh.
shame because she does have some incredible experience behind her and a wealth of knowledge on some pretty discrete topics. So
yeah.
it's a shame. Yeah.
Mhm.
The only
sounds
reason she's
familiar.
not blocked, the rest of these loser brigaders in Delaware are blocked by me for my own chi. But the reason she's not is because Scott Orton said she wrote the best book ever on Waco. So again, she's been in the game for a while. She wrote a great book on this, so she's good on some stuff.
Mhm.
This is a
But-
redeeming quality for sure.
Right.
Right.
So I want to
Yeah.
give everybody, you know, the benefit of the doubt. I just wish she would stop calling me a white nationalist. That would be awesome.
Stop being white.
Seriously. Here's an idea. It's fucking Stephanie White. There you go.
These white chairs got to be stopped.
we could definitely relate down here. Josh is our VP. I'm on the executive committee also. And this is not, us saying that we're representing LPF or anything like that. But we could definitely relate to the old guard and their attitude towards, these new guys, like, acting like we're less than or, treating us differently, essentially, because of that. So, it's definitely not as bad down here, thank God, knock on wood, but we can relate.
Yeah, you guys got a good situation going on down there.
Yeah, there's definitely some entitlement down here to, the party and certain individuals, but I can't say that it's nearly as bad as you guys, obviously, especially at this point.
Yeah, no,
I was impressed.
Well,
I got to be honest, I was so glad when this came to a head and the whole part, everyone could see it. Because I felt like, no one can see this little, the little state is the most corrupt, most awful little thing that we got going on. And again, so much potential here.
Oh,
but like
I knew about it ahead of time.
So I felt great when it was just on the table because I feel like, man, once the truth is out there, again, you got to have a little faith that the truth, if you have truth on your side, man, you'll be okay.
Last night at the social, I think it was Carter that said we popped the zit.
Yeah. That's it.
That's gross. Let's not say that anymore ever again.
We just got to clean it up now. It's nasty, but that's kind of how things are in politics sometimes.
Yeah,
it's I think that's a great analogy. It is like popping the zit. It's nasty and it's gross, and you need to get rid of it. But at the end, you're going to end up looking a little better for it.
Yeah,
I think it's been. I think
from
everyone
gross to really gross.
Is relieved. I mean, I think this is a shitty thing to go through, and it's far from over, and it's going to be a long road, but it was always going to happen this way.
Yeah, I think leading up to this, we all felt like we were sitting on a pressure cooker, ready to just go.
Something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Did you guys think when you got into the party that because it was called the Libertarian Party that it would just be filled with like really good people who were solid, moral people with great character?
I knew there was going to be a bunch of weirdos, but I thought they'd at least have principles.
Sure,
and those
that's what I
seem to go out the window.
Like they would exactly. They might play D&D and do the nerdy stuff, which is
right.
Great. I'm a self-professed nerd, but like they're like a nihilistic. Like,
they're not with us on this wavelength, but I'm there with you. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Like full disclosure for a lot of people, I technically joined the party back in 2012 when they had the whole free to join membership thing, but it doesn't count towards anything other than, hey, thanks for your support. So like I've been following the party for almost a decade, the ins and outs, the inter-party drama, the bullshit, Oregon coming and going. So it's like, it's crazy to watch this wave of change that's come, Gary Johnson 1, Gary Johnson 2. Now we're here with like the post Joe Jorgensen Libertarian Party. And it's like, I've never seen this kind of like nationwide nonsense happen before.
So where do you see it going? Like in Florida, like where do you guys see it going?
I mean, it's, it's really a hit or miss right now, man. Like, just personally speaking, and I'm not going to get into the heavy details on here, but, there's been some events that happened in Florida in the last couple of days that have kind of thrown our guys into a bit of a, I don't want to call it a tailspin, but, where we've started to have some questions on, what are we doing, where the direction, who we're supporting, why we're supporting them. So, I mean, the reality is that's really some minor stuff down here in Florida, man. Like we're doing really good. We have a huge, caucus membership. We have a lot of really well invested members who bring a lot to the table. Some really smart, intelligent, knowledgeable individuals who, maybe they haven't been an LP member for a long time, but they've been involved in politics. We have guys who are involved in law, involved in business, involved in, we have some guys who were involved in lobbying for 15, 20 years in our caucus. So, I mean, for Florida, we're in a really good spot. I mean, you hear it all the time. Michael Heiss says it. You see it come out on interviews. Florida was kind of Mises by osmosis. We dealt with a lot of crazy shit down here, before the Mises caucus was even a thing. We dealt with attempted member purges. We dealt with very controversial figures. We dealt with members who may or may not have been Antifa and also may or may not have been alt-right white nationalists. That's not for me to decide. You can make your own judgments based on the information you gather. But
talking about Invictus, 100%.
We're still trying to exercise. I'll put it like this: here in Florida, Augustus Invictus left our party in 2017, and we're still trying to exercise the ghost of Augustus Invictus off of our executive committee board. Like, there's still people who want to bring him up, like he's still something relevant in Florida politics.
Yeah, I was compared to him.
I heard the name within my first meeting that I ever attended. And
you're Mises Caucus? You must be of Augustus. Like, no.
This is the damage one person can do. This is the James Weeks effect. This is if you get on C-SPAN, dude, you can run the next 4 to 8 years of the.
Oh, is that the guy that got naked?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, you're hearing these guys is that I'm based out of Broward County, Florida. Like the people's, the Democratic People's Republic of Broward County. Like one of the most blue commie socialist counties in Florida that you can live in.
It's like the only one, isn't it?
We're the ones who fuck up every presidential election every 4 years. We got something stupid. Our voting base is mildly unintelligent, so we have to really kind of hold their hand, guiding them along. But that's neither here nor there in this conversation.
Yeah.
But in Broward, we're one of the bluest counties in the state of Florida. We have one of the biggest affiliates. We have one of the strongest ground game affiliates. We're kind of looked at in Florida on in certain circles as, hey, we're a role model county for Florida. This is how you grow a party who 4 years ago was a 3-4 person board. Now
they're all 20.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When I came in, I was very, very nervous coming into my county affiliate because I'm hearing stories from Tim that his board is looking to remove him and throw him off, and you'll never hold any kind of position of power and in this county affiliate while I'm here. I will oppose you at every step. And I came in there like, are you Mises Caucus? I'm like, no. And they're like, well, that sucks. You should be. They're fucking base. They're cool as hell. These guys are the ones who are going to fix the party. I'm not going to out anybody, but I can say Broward County is heavily Mises Caucus. A good vast majority of our executive committee, our membership is Mises Caucus. And there's a very heavy Mises sway, here in Florida in certain affiliates. So, I mean, when people ask me, like, how is Florida doing? Florida's doing fine. Like, we're not really worried. And what we're worried about, there's ways to close that lane off from the bad actors from even, merging in. I'll just Jersey slide and just take them off on the fucking on-ramp.
That's an academy. We call that in Jersey. You know the academy move, right? Academy buses. They come up to the exit and then just cut over, take the exit.
Jersey slide, just no blinker across 4 lanes of the turnpike. Fuck you! I got to get on the Gothos. I'm going to New York.
That's right. Yeah.
Truckers just call that a douche dive. Yeah, same concept. Yep.
Yeah. In New Jersey, well, I used to commute to New York City in Jersey when I lived there, and that was called academizing back then, because academy buses would always do it. Yeah.
No, I mean, you guys were talking about this earlier. I stepped away because, beer builds up in the bladder and all that. But, that was one of the things when I first joined, like, I like Josh alluded to, I had some trouble immediately coming in, being affiliated with the caucus. I was accused of being all sorts of things that I wasn't expecting. And if it wasn't for the caucus, if it wasn't for people like Heist putting this community together, I would have left. I would have just left because, I had very mild criticisms of Joe Jorgensen's campaign. And, it was all thrown in my face like, oh, you oppose this? Because it was the anti-racist thing. It's like, oh, you oppose this? So all of a sudden you must be a racist. Like, no, actually, I think endorsing Black Lives Matter has a couple problems with it. Just saying. But then, after I got more involved with the caucus and we started getting involved with the party and started talking to this old guard, I wanted to build bridges. I wanted to be friends. I wanted to make way with everybody and just try to find some way that we could get along. And my I talk to a lot of people that aren't inside the caucus, and when I talk to them, I tell them, like, look, we're just trying to put the best people up for the job. It's not even so much about being a Mises Caucus member as it is about being effective at your job. So this takeover language that you're so worried about, like, if you're doing a good job, you have nothing to worry about. And, I wanted to, the longer I stay in this, the more hostile I get, because there's just so many people. I don't know if you guys have the same experience, but there's so many people, and people that would surprise you, who just don't, you think you're on the same team. And then when the rubber meets the road, you're just not. And, they're actively working against you all the time. And you try to build bridges and it just gets thrown back in your face. And what is it for? What is it for? So you can have control over the third largest party that really means nothing? Like, what? Why the hostility?
Right. Yeah.
Tim, get out of my head.
No, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Like what Dave was saying earlier about people complaining that there wasn't content coming out of the LPD on social media. The response was defensive when it could have been like, hey, yeah, I'm trying to do this by myself. Come help me.
And
right?
Actually, what ended up happening, so two things about this. What ended up happening was 5 or 6 of us offered our help. We said, guys, we get it. You're strapped. You've been doing this a long time. Let us help. And the state board at the time told us, nope.
Just straight no.
We've been there. No. You are not qualified. Yeah, so just no. And a second piece of this is it tells you a little bit about the leadership, right? Or the lack of leadership. So a leader takes that type of criticism and it turns it on its ear and it says to its people, it's time to do a better job. You're right, but I need help. A leader takes that, internalizes it, does not lash out.
No.
Right. And so for the folks who lashed out at that time, who became very angry that we would poke and prod about the lack of a social media presence, they had an opportunity there to take a whole bunch of new members under their wing.
Yeah.
They could have led. They missed that opportunity because the leadership is not there. And in that vacuum, right? Here we are.
Yeah.
Right.
They did this. They absolutely created this. We would have been incredible followers.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't given that opportunity.
Dudes, you guys remind me a lot of me. So imagine for a second a Libertarian Party that is introduced to Dr. Amy LePore and goes, nope, get the fuck out. Get out. We're not having it. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine the lunacy. It's just.
I get me, but like.
Right.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, right.
I was about to say the same thing. Like,
right.
So I can get where the complaint was on me, but like, how are you going to argue with someone like her stature?
Come on. This is exactly.
Oh, good God.
You guys are going to make her blush. Come on.
Like,
I'm just saying, if we're lucky enough to get a few people, our Delaware Mises Caucus has 3 doctors, 2 medical doctors. Like you guys said, it's not just like a proud. I think people have this vision of like Proud Boys or like, like some kind of fucking, I don't know. That's what they say, like alt-right, some bullshit. It's like, no, man, this is the real liberty movement. This is everybody. I don't care. Dude, it's just, these guys are relentless with it. And it's just bizarre because you can look, if you really look, it's really not what they say it is.
And
they want it to be a social club. That's all they want it to be.
100%.
And the Mises Caucus, they hate it because we're building a different culture that they're not accepting. Down here, we talk about in Florida all the time. We're not just working to build the party. We're not just looking to support candidates. We're going to build a culture of libertarianism. And there's like, why are you scared of a culture of libertarianism if you're a fucking libertarian? What are you, not a libertarian now? Like, well, please, show yourself to the crowd.
Right. If you got anybody who was around in 2012 and was paying attention, your cultural preferences didn't matter for shit. It does now. That's a big difference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. I'm right there with you, Bill. If you're originally from Jersey, I'm sure you know where Patterson is. I don't know if the rest of you guys know where Patterson, New Jersey is. That's where I grew up. I'm fucking rough around the edges. I'm all tattooed up. I'm bald-headed, bearded Puerto Rican guy. I'm not a politician. I don't want to fucking be here doing this.
Right.
But there's one of our state organizers down here, Celicia. She put it best, and I'm sorry to shout her out, but she said, you don't want to be taken over. You shouldn't be so takeoverable.
Right.
I shouldn't be the guy that's fucking one of the, not to toot my own horn, but I've managed to become somewhat of leadership position. I'm one of the state organizers now. I'm on the EC. Like, that shouldn't be me. If it's me, there's a problem in the party when I'm the fucking guy that's managing to do this. You know what I mean?
I've had that same thought.
I was the best option for vice chair. I'm not going to lie.
Exactly. Josh was the best option for vice chair.
I feel the same way. I feel
Jersey
like
guy.
I totally relate to this. So I feel like our role right now is to make the party a place that attracts more professionals like Amy to want to spend time and make it like just be that connecting node from those pieces of shit to the great people over there. We can kind of like just be that intermediary.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. You think I want to be doing this forever? That's the difference between me and Will McVeigh. God, I just want this seat forever. It's like, I want this 2 years. Do my thing.
I can give a fuck less about this vice chair position. Like, you can take it if you really want it. Like, I don't get why these people are so like.
So I'm saying, dude, don't kick me out of the fucking party. Don't be a dickhead. Run somebody against me. Come on.
The interesting thing that's happened here is we have not just built a small political apparatus in Delaware, right? The caucus I'm talking about here for a second, that has more prestige and a better reputation than the party ever did, right? We are the ones building coalitions. We are the ones co-branding for rallies. We are the ones co-branding for outreach efforts. And we had to do that despite a reputation for the party. So we have built that very quickly. We've been at work for what, guys, like 9 months with the caucus, right? We have built that incredibly quickly. And it's now, it matters very little what happens next. It matters very little what these folks do. We have built something that is not stopping, that continues to recruit. And we have done what you're talking about. We have built a culture, but we have also built a community. It turns out
that's more important than anything.
Yeah, well, this is who I spend my time with now, right? Like electively, not like this is how I'm always in meetings, but like, I don't know, we're like a little bit like a family now. And it is unstoppable, and it doesn't matter what form it has to take, and it doesn't matter what we need to do next. We are very much, we're ready to roll, and there's very little way for us to lose moving forward. Their movement, boy, they have already lost, not just in the court of public opinion, but when you lose in terms of procedure, when you lose in terms of morality, and you lose in the court also of public opinion, you've lost. You're done. And it doesn't really matter what happens next. We'll pick up the pieces and we'll be fine.
Yep.
This is something that I wanted to bring up. And I'm glad to hear that it's happening in Delaware too. I wanted to bring this up when Heiss was supposed to be on our show, but he decided to go trip mushrooms in a fucking music festival instead. Allegedly.
That is neither. These rumors have neither been confirmed nor denied.
Yeah, they've been denied, but
like a plausible deniability on that one.
Listen, this is something I wanted to bring up because, like, that is like the caucus is here to change the party and fight the state and all this kind of stuff. But we're also building a community, and it's one of the things I'm most thankful to Michael Heiss for, because he brought all these people together who had the same feelings, who were living the meme that this is the Libertarian Party and here's the Libertarian candidate, and they're completely different things. And he brought us all together, and like you were saying, like, because of this caucus, like, if it wasn't for them, I would have left a long time ago, and I would have become another Liberty Caucus of the Republican Party person or something like that, trying to make a difference in whatever little futile way I could there. But now that I'm here, I have a whole community of people. Like, I say it often, but I could pick up my phone and call and have 20 people at my house in the next couple of days if I wanted to. Like, that's something that didn't exist before. There's a whole group of people here who, like you were saying, like we hang out not because we're in meetings, because we like each other, because we like chilling together. Like at the Tom Woods
event, culture and a community.
Yeah.
At the Tom Woods event, this was going to be, for everybody else that's attending outside of Florida, this is just another, libertarian event. For us, this is going to be like a homecoming, a get together. We're all going to be chilling and like, it's been a while since we've seen each other. It's been like 6 months. Like it's going to be great. And that, I don't know, that's important because, the state's going to keep pressing on. They're going to keep doing what they're going to do. And we need to be there for each other when the shit hits the fan, which might be soon. What is that?
Yeah, exactly. Like I have a much stronger network. God forbid something happens where, we go full fucking Australia. I have a much stronger network now than I did 2 years ago. And I've been in Florida for 9-10 years, and just 2 years ago, I did not have the network that I have now.
That's right.
Maybe last year started building it, but this year it just got 10 times stronger.
Tell the agorists and the post-libertarians that the Mises Caucus has a built-in freedom cell in it already. Like that's how it works. That's
Please don't start me.
That's a feature.
Please
not
don't
a bug.
start me. Please don't start me. Please don't start me. I go from 0 to like Davy Parish hostile very quickly when you bring up post-libertarianism. Like if you need me to throw profanities and racial slurs and horrible epithets out, like please bring up post-libertarianism in my presence. Fuck those guys. Biggest pieces of shit. Scumbag psyop move on the planet.
I'll tell you what.
Fucking feds.
Yeah, I don't understand shitting on something that's no matter if you agree with it or not, if you were a part of it, you want to be a part of it or you don't. I don't get any part of the liberty movement actively shitting on another part of it like that. And I hate to tell you guys, but there is no such thing as the Tho Bishop strategy. Get a job.
Oh, really?
This is Scott Horton. He said, get a job and vote Republican. Brilliant.
Right.
That's your strategy. Awesome. You know what I mean? That's not a real thing. There's no infrastructure. You were just talking about Michael Heiss. That guy had a brilliant fucking idea. In 2013, 14, 15, 16, I would have told you that the Ron Paul revolution, hopefully some people got something out of it and hopefully,
but it was dead.
I just figured it was dead, it was away. And he was like, no, I'm going to build I'm going to build fucking Noah's Ark. We're going to fucking roll it into the Libertarian Party. Dude, I mean, it's really beautiful. So if you're a Ron Paul person, that's really special. Right. I know. To talk about take human action, it took me a while to become a believer in that, but that's fucking incredible what he's done. And I have the privilege of knowing him personally. I'm going to his wedding tomorrow, so I get especially pissed off when people call him again, the worst of the worst names in the world. Yeah, because
send my regards.
Dude, he's the best amongst us. This has nothing to do with whatever idol worship or whatever. I bust his balls all the time.
Oh, he's been great, man.
Right. Again,
I've spent my personal time with him. Shit, I drove him to the airport from Solutionary Summit.
See, this is
I was
good
hey,
man.
You need a ride? Fuck the Uber. Here, send me a text. I'll come pick you. I'll drive over, pick you up. This is, I think this goes. I hate to cut you off there, but this goes back to what we're talking about. We're building a culture. We're building a community. This is the thing. We're all here willing to carry water for each other at the end of the day, and that's so important. I can speak personally, my wife's a Mises Caucus member. We're active in the party. This is bigger than just party politics and running candidates. This is, a hedge for the future for all of us, I think. I don't think anybody here would maybe disagree that, hey, hey, this is a hedge against the future. If shit, like you said, goes to Australia, we have a community that, all right, we all know it's essentially, I hate to put it like this, but it's a nationwide free state project.
You know what? All this conversation is making me think of years ago. There was a documentary about a guy that traveled across America using Craigslist. It would be so cool to have a Mises Caucus trip across America, going from state to state and affiliate to affiliate, and just relying on liberty movement people to get you from one end of the country to the other.
I think you're talking about Anthony Samaroff's been
I
doing
was
that.
just
for like
gonna
6
say
months.
that.
Samaroff's been hanging out down
He's
the
had
road.
the best. I fucking love that guy. I've
he
hung
should
out with
have
him
somebody
twice.
like following him, documenting that.
He
You're
should.
right,
He missed out. Yeah.
There's a really great idea for a book tour / way to see this country and meet libertarians.
Yeah.
He's
He-
having the time
he's-
of his life and promoting his book and meeting people and
Yeah, he's entertaining.
Yeah, shout
He's a
out to
funny
him.
motherfucker.
yeah.
He was at the end the damn wars protest in Broward County with us in Fort Lauderdale. Like, I have nothing but nice things to say about Anthony
Dude,
Samaroff.
listen, he was at our Delaware event. He came and he spoke there, and that was awesome. We met.
I
hung
saw
out.
you made him breakfast in the morning.
And
I saw.
Spike and him made him breakfast.
Mhm.
But then he messaged me on whatever Twitter or something and
Was
said,
it a
"Are you going to
beautiful
be
night,
are you
Dave?
going to be in DC for the Ron Paul event?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Can you give me a ride?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." So me and my buddy,
yeah.
my girl, and him picked him up and sat at the table. Ron Paul is chilling. This is like the beginning of the event. And, obviously at the end, I'm hoping so bad I can just like get a picture and shake his hand, tell him he's my hero. And so the first intermission to go out and like have muffins and coffee and stuff, everybody like, ushers right out and just moves. And I'm going out to like get a coffee and a muffin. And Anthony goes, "Dave, we've got to go now." And Ron Paul's right up there. And Ron Paul is up there by himself. And we go and he just ushered me up there and we got a quick picture with him real quick, just and got a couple minutes, and it was awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Is
Yeah,
that the
he's-
picture
he's
you
a
sent me,
good-
Amy? Where he's like pointing back at
Yeah.
him? He's like,
Yes, I, see
I did
that
it.
one
That's
too.
so
Here.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
That's
It's
such
a
a
real picture.
Samarov move too. Like, we have to go now.
We've got to go
I
now.
love that. Oh.
I've been getting $20 for my book.
Oh man, I hope he comes back to Delaware soon.
I
That was
guarantee you
fun.
he will. That guy's is a magical dude.
That was fun.
He was having trouble getting in the country, wasn't he, because of the whole vaccine crap?
Yeah, he had to
Yeah,
hang out in
they
Costa
were
Rica for
traveling
another 2
somewhere.
weeks.
Yeah,
Poor guy.
that's a tough place to stay, huh?
Yeah, right.
No, man.
So
Yeah, I think this whole community thing. Yeah, go ahead, Josh. Take it away.
I was gonna say, like, the whole community thing's great. I'm just kind of curious for all three of you. When are you guys gonna move to Florida?
I'm looking at New Hampshire, bro. Those guys are making a good case. They're kind of annoying. They're kind of annoying me. Seriously.
What?
You want every libertarian? You want to consolidate? You want to centralize? Sounds, like the opposite of the.
Yeah, you
the
want
move
to
we should be making.
you want to
But it's
surround
very
yourself
appealing.
with the worst liberty states in the country and America's retarded hat Canada. Like, good luck getting drone strike, bro. When they go, not in our backyard.
Yo,
the fucking
Florida
Hindies are gonna
is
be like,
looking
"Hey,
good right now,
predator
but
drone."
historically, Florida has made. I don't know, man. And I was around in the '90s paying attention.
We are the state that gave you Joe Biden, though. So
Yeah,
welcome.
absolutely.
Yeah,
There was a series
look,
of
we got cocaine and Flacco. We're great.
there are a handful of Delaware meatcocks that have entertained a compound somewhere, and Florida has been one of the states we've talked about. So it may be
then
in our
we should.
future.
You should.
Mhm.
Well, we should invite you to the Free Florida Project then.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you guys may not know, but there is a Florida Free State project in the works, and we will be coming out with it soon. Same idea, New Hampshire, just in a much, much, much better location. So it'll be
Much less fucking moose.
Yeah,
and less.
Dylan and I are
no.
looking for a place to retire, so this sounds good.
Man, come
We
on
don't have
down.
moose, and we have beaches.
Is it in Tho Bishop's district?
No, it's
yeah.
not.
If you want it to be, it could be.
It could.
It's
But
in
I'm
the
gonna
works.
get very
like I said,
hostile if we want to bring up Tho. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think
Josh-
he's awesome. They're all brilliant. These guys are brilliant guys. I just
Yeah.
don't understand why. Like I've heard him say, he's like, there's only so much liberty resources. So he literally
Look,
said, I want Meecock energy in the Republican Party. It's like, dude, you can't just have that.
Yeah.
No, he
This
did.
energy doesn't
He created his
belong
own
there.
Fucking Mises Caucus
Right.
down here.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's
that.
not the
This
same
fucking
thing.
loser.
Right. There's still
Delaware.
I'm gonna hold my tongue. I'm already going too far
He
tonight. I'm
he
sorry.
does make Look, the best part of his argument is you have limited time. And so where are you going to spend that time? And he would rather you spend that time there. He just thinks that spending that time in the Libertarian Party is a waste of time. I think it's a hell of a lot easier to take over the Libertarian Party and make it an effective force for liberty
where he's the vice chair. Fuck him.
Than it is to take over the Republican Party and do the same thing. His mom's
the fucking chair. Fuck him.
Right. And we've seen that. And as I'm quoting Ron Paul, the libertarianism, the freedom philosophy should infiltrate the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, and the Libertarian Party. So we should be doing our thing right here. We should be trying to get Angela elected, and then we should try and push Dave Smith in 2024. Everybody knows the fucking plan. It's a beautiful one. It's the one we all want, and we all know why it's awesome. Because it would get the most attention to the message, which is the best message. So nobody has delusions of grandeur here. That's the beautiful thing. And again, that's a lesson from the Ron Paul revolution. We do not require a national daddy figure. We require fucking liberty. So we can just use it. We can be 10 steps ahead of people who were like, oh, my guy can win. No, my guy can win. Any libertarian who goes, I can win. That was Larry Sharp's mistake, man. No offense to Larry Sharp, but he said, I could be the governor of New York. It's like, bro, no, you cannot. You came in 4th place behind the Green Party. So we have ways to go. Ways to go.
Yeah.
And we should be honest about that.
I have more faith in this run around than the last one.
Bro, I bet you. Okay, I hope he comes in 3rd. That would be, if he does, then I'll shut the fuck up.
Right.
if he comes in 3rd, I'll eat my shoe. Like
that would.
You heard it here first. We will hold him to that. When Larry Sharp comes in 3rd,
I will
get
eat
ready.
the shoe right here.
He's doing a good job of making a brand for himself.
I will eat this fucking
Hold on. Bill's trying to make a good point.
No, I just said Larry's doing a good job of making a brand for himself. That's all.
No doubt. Great communicator too. It's just like we really need to just really assess where we're at and just be real with it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. And that's somewhere where me and Josh kind of disagree, where I don't have a problem necessarily with what the post-libertarian guys are doing. And I feel like this needs to be a multi-pronged strategy and we're all playing our part. I just don't think that their strategy is really going to get it done. I don't think that we're going to end up winning a presidential race either. You know what I mean? But you guys do your thing. We'll do our thing. And you know what? We're going to attack it from 50 different ways, and maybe somebody will get something done.
Right.
And we'll push that Overton window enough to where maybe we get a little bit more freedom.
Right.
I'll tell him. I just got a call from. Wait, hang on. I just got a call from Michael Heiss. He said post-libertarians are out. We take all our orders from Heiss.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Thanks, Mike.
Just got the call.
Real quick. Let me just make my final point.
I appreciate it.
Hold on.
I'll let you finish, bro. But I just want to let everybody know that Though Bishop is the Will McVeigh of the GOP, and that's all I gotta say.
Whoa!
Fuck him. So go on. No, you can finish. I just wanted to let everybody know Though Bishop is the Florida GOP version of Will McVeigh, in case anybody's curious.
Hey, my beef with that whole thing is he decides that he needs to shit on everybody else. Oh, if you're not doing it my way, you're doing it wrong. You know, that shit, that whole you got to do it my way or else you're doing it wrong. It's like, fuck you, dude. Eat a dick. We're going to do our thing. You do your thing. Let's work together when we can. What you don't want to work with us, okay, then fuck you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And how can you look, we're talking about Dave Smith, fucking Tom Woods. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are real. And, you know, up until a little while ago, Pete Quinones, you know, Scott Horton, all these people are in on the Mises Caucus. They think it's a great idea. So, I mean, honestly, sometimes it's just best to defer to the experts. You know what I'm saying? The experts are saying that there might be some potential here.
Yep.
Word, that's good enough for me. Scotty Horton, fucking Ron Paul. Ron Paul has endorsed the Mises Caucus.
Yep.
What the fuck else do you want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I tell people all the time, like, like, my grandfather asked me, what's the Mises Caucus? What's that mean? I was like, you know who Ron Paul is? He goes, yeah. I'm like, he called us the Libertarians in the Libertarian Party. If that you need to know more than that, then, you know, we can talk.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was all he needed. All my grandfather needed to know was, okay, Ron Paul endorsed you guys. You must be cool.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. And Mike Heiss has talked about this, and it should just be echoed that. Do you think that the Republican Party is going to be the home that champions Ron Paul when he's gone? No, man.
never.
They're not going to make a Ron Paul library.
They're
not going to do that. So it is literally up to us now to make sure that this party is a place that makes that this is the home of the Ron Paul revolution. From here on out, dude, for the next 100 years, what did this 100 years have? Ayn Rand, Ron Paul. If you ask a normie about libertarianism, that's what they'll tell you. Or maybe the fat naked guy on C-SPAN. That's it. I'm saying that most people haven't heard of Mises or Rothbard. They've heard of Ron Paul. And there's a reason for that. Is because he kept it simple, easy as cream cheese, and the wars, and the Fed, and the war on drugs. That's stuff everybody can get behind. Again,
it's kind of like returning to America's roots is what it is. Yeah.
Yes. Guns and weed, man. The keys to freedom. Enjoy.
Keys to freedom. I like it.
It's a good documentary, actually. Guns and weed, the keys to freedom.
You can tell Dave's a professional. He's got all his talking points down.
I'm
been doing this for years. I'm cool.
I'm like half movie quotes and memes, and then
there you
go. all other stuff.
Half dancing gummy bears.
Right.
So let me ask you guys about Delaware, because what do you guys think is next? Have you guys gotten any support from the LNC? I know that we're behind you, obviously. Have you gotten support from anywhere else? Like, what's next for you guys? How do you see it moving forward? Amy, go ahead and make your professional pitch, and then we'll all derail it after that.
Oh my God. So I can tell you that we have had wonderful discussion with multiple members from the LNC, and they are obviously concerned. I think many of them have probably seen these 2 interviews that we did with Dan Smuts, and I think that was pretty telling because Will and his co-conspirators openly admit to what they did, and so then it is only a question of, well, did they break actual rules? We posit yes, they absolutely did, such that here in Delaware, so we're taking a couple of steps here in Delaware. Bill is working with the Commissioner of Elections, and then working, as you can imagine, through legal means as well to explore our options. In terms of the LNC, in the last 24 hours, we delivered an extensive package of evidence over to them. We're not asking them for anything at this time because we want to fight here in Delaware. We're not necessarily looking for them to step in right away because we're going to fight regardless, right? The LNC is going to do what they're going to do, but here in Delaware, we're going to put a stop to this. And one of the reasons is we want this to stop everywhere across the country. And if we can send a message here in our teeny tiny state that this is not okay and it won't be accepted, then that's our plan. We're happy to do the hard work of making that happen. Our options are limited. It's an expensive venture, as you can imagine, to get the attorneys and the parliamentarians involved. But in terms of our work with the LNC, they've been receptive. Bill's been working closely with them.
Awesome.
Want to add anything?
No, we don't really want to go too deep. Only to say that everybody that looks at this, no matter where they're coming from, sees how unethical what happened was, and that's really, does the LNC want to have an unethical face representing it in a state, right? And an outright unethical face. To me, the whole thing is an embarrassment to the LNC right now. The fact that this guy is so smug and proud that he thinks he followed the rules. Lesser of 2 evils is one of his words about this. So that says he did something evil because he picked the lesser of 2 evils, right?
Right.
So right there, I also loved in Dan's interview where he was caught in an outright lie. So
that was great. Yes.
My opinion, once you catch someone lying, everything they say is now put at question, because how do you know? Once one lie is discovered, where does it stop? Right? It never stops with one.
Did I turn them off or did I turn them on?
Yeah.
They have to be turned off before they can be turned on.
Yeah. Oh, that was fucking epic.
Oh
like,
my God.
I was listening to that and I was like, did I miss something? Because I was actually, I remember I was in a Starbucks fucking drive-through picking up some coffee for a few of my sales guys, and I was listening to this and I thought to myself, I was like, did I miss something while I was ordering coffee or grabbing coffee or passing a card? Did I must have missed something, and I rewound it and I listened to it all over again. I was like, no, that's just.
It's very lawyerly. It's like a bargain bin Nick Sarwark. That's what it is.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I can tell.
Oh, so I turned it on to turn it off to turn it on again. Did I?
IT expert.
Right.
I unplugged it. I plugged it back in.
Yeah, seriously.
But only for a second, though.
Oh my God.
So when they were unplugged the party for a second, I plugged it back in, and it's different now.
They were in the middle of purging us, and we're not complete dumbasses. So I still had moderator status on the Facebook page. So I'm like, this bylaw they claim to have notified, like, what happened on August 31st? And so they certainly did not know we had those screenshots, and that was hilarious.
Can we talk more about that real quick? Because I mean,
Sure.
we never actually brought up how we got to that point with the whole, posting and notification on that bylaw amendment. So, it was my understanding that he posted on a Facebook post. Could you guys talk more about that?
Yeah. So the AOA in Delaware says that a bylaw change can be notified via either the Discord server, the Facebook page, or the Facebook group. So that's how notification's given to the body that something's going to change. It's a bad way to do it, and we're going to fix that. One of the things we've learned from this is we're not going to let the board make bylaw changes going forward. That's going to be a convention body thing, and that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, take our governing docs and just copy and paste them into yours.
Yeah. But so let me also say that Will has been the hand, and he might deny this, I don't know, but we know because we were in Delaware that he's been the hand benignly guiding every AOA change, every bylaw change for the last 10 years. So he's put this document in the shape it is in right now. And some of us feel he's kind of done this to ensure that he's always part of this party. Like he gave himself, I say he gave himself, he wrote the contract to make himself webmaster. Now,
he wrote his own contract?
Well, he had a lawyer who was a board member, a retired lawyer, review it. The lawyer was not a contract lawyer, but he reviewed it and said, yeah, this looks okay. But
and there's no end date on it.
Yeah,
it was signed by a board member with no end date.
Yeah.
We're like, in what organization does this kind of stuff happen? So that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Never.
Never.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
But that's what we've been. So that's what we've been dealing with, and that's why he wants to get rid of us, because we've been trying to fight that contract. We've talked to lawyers about contracts ourselves, and we've talked to other chairs in other states. Mm-hmm. And the consensus that comes back to us is when the board that created the contract goes away, the contract goes away because nobody on that board is here anymore. So it's not a valid contract, but he doesn't want to do it that way.
So I'm far from a lawyer, especially a contract lawyer. But something I know is from because I work at a dealership, so I deal with contracts. I know contracts have to have terms,
right?
There has to be some sort of an end date. Like,
so let's go here too. The contract says he's a webmaster, right? So a webmaster is someone who takes care of a website. That's all they do, right? That's a webmaster.
No, they own Facebook pages. That's what
But
They own Facebook.
Well, he takes it. He takes that webmaster role and says that gives him the power to control all IT for the LPD. And that's what we've been at war with him basically over since we came into power in June.
It's worse than that. He claims that he has private ownership over the social media and web assets of LPD, which, there are a lot of people who volunteer for a lot of affiliates across the country and who create social media assets for the purpose of outreach. And to claim private ownership and that there is a licensing agreement, which there isn't one, that he is licensing those back to the party, is absurd. And so one of the struggles that Bill and I had, and we're not social media people, Bill and I are not interested in being on there.
Right.
Like, this is not like a job we're looking for.
No,
especially not you. You don't even have a Twitter handle. What the hell?
I know.
I'm gonna promote you. Yeah.
I know. My husband keeps telling me I need to get one. So, but yeah. So for the purposes of some continuity, right? Like some building an organization, right? It stands to reason that more than one person should have administrative access, and he was not willing, right? And he just said, "Oh, you just want to get on there and post all of your crazy caucus stuff or whatever."
Yeah, that's his thing. He thinks because really what it comes down to is Will hates Dave, and we don't hate Dave. And because we don't hate Dave, Will doesn't trust us to be in the party because we trust Dave.
You don't hate Dave?
No.
Oh.
First of all, I'm kick-ass.
Wow.
Everybody knows I'm a good time. That's a fact.
Fuck you. You almost canceled me.
Oh, man.
You almost got me canceled for being a fan of the fucking Cathedral Caucus. I remember that. You almost had all of Mises' Twitter fucking trying to cancel me. I remember that.
What happened? What did I do?
You posted a screenshot of all of the top fans of the Cathedral Caucus, and I had trolled them so hard.
That's right. I remember that. That's how you became a
"Look at
top
all these
fan.
fucking
Yo,
loser
Twitter, go
fucks."
get this motherfucker. He's a Cathedral
Yo,
Caucus.
if it weren't,
remember
everybody was
that.
like, "Yo, Josh is cool. He's part of the Florida Mises Caucus."
That was my introduction to you. I was like, okay, yeah, he's cool. He's cool. Everybody
Yeah,
back up. He's cool. He's cool.
Yeah, literally, I'm sitting there, no lie, I'm sitting there at work, and I start seeing my phone go fucking banana pants, and it's like all these notifications from Discord. Everybody's like, "Yo,
You just got
are you a
Cathedral
fucking
docs,
mole?
bro.
Are you what the fuck is this, man?" Like, they're showing me screenshots you posted of Josh Halafko, top fan of the Cathedral. I was
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
no, it's cool, man. I was like.
Oh, that made its way into
"Lord,
the
please
Discord.
Forgive me. I walk a sinful road of trollism."
Oh,
and they were like,
man.
"Oh man, you trolled them to get a top fan badge?"
That's pretty baller.
Yeah, they're like achievement unlocked. Trolled
Yeah.
the Cathedral Caucus to top fan status. Speaking of which, they accused me of hacking their Twitter page, and for the second time, I want to go on the record. I did not hack their Twitter page. I don't even know what a hack is. I don't have elite hacker skills.
Hacker man.
Yeah, Steve Sheets, if you're butthurt that I fucked your shit over, you can suck my dick and eat my whole ass raw.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure if Josh would have hacked their Twitter, we all would have had some fun with that one.
Oh yeah,
we all got access.
My MO for hacking was not even used. So all the evidence, I'm still waiting for the LNC, the tag on the LNC notification to come in my inbox, so they have hard Archie Flowers level evidence against me that they're going to report to the LNC against me to have me remove this LPF vice chair.
Yikes.
I know.
I hope they brought some screenshots. Will didn't bring any screenshots about any of the awful things I ever said.
What?
No screenshots.
You were a confirmed asshole. Mr.
Confirmed.
Casey.
Self-admitted. I'm just saying, where's the atrocities that I said? Because you can be an asshole. You can do that. Where's the awful? I want to see the racist stuff. I want to see the misogynistic, xenophobic.
I want to see all
that
the
stuff.
hard R's.
Yeah. Bring.
So, but speaking of that, right? One of the things Spike Cohen's been asking Will, where's your evidence? And Will, after that after that Region 5 vote meeting on the 12th of October, Will goes to Spike, "This is why I got rid of Bill Hinds, because Delaware wasn't able to vote."
Because it's something that happened 11 days later. Ridiculous.
You imagine getting on. Listen, this is what I would ask these guys. I would ask any Cathedral Caucus, Libertarian in Pennsylvania or Delaware. Listen, guys, let's get together. Let's talk about 2024, right? Presidential election. What are you going to do? You got three choices. What are you going to do, guys? Do you want Dave Smith, literal Nazi, or do you want Spike Cohen?
Nazi.
Do you want Spike Cohen? Doesn't fucking respect you, or Justin Amash, ex-Republican, pro-lifer? Who's your guy, guys? Quick. Who's your guy?
Dave. It's 100% Nazis all the way.
It's got to be Dave, right?
Yeah,
Dave Smith is going to be the unity candidate.
Jewish
Why do you think I'm
Nazis
here?
for 1,000, Alex.
I know you should do that.
So that's just wanted to bring this up. I loved in the Dan Smott's interview where he kept saying, he's like, okay, so so Dave was an asshole, but he was elected onto the board. He was an asshole when he got elected onto the board, and he's always been an asshole. So they didn't change anything about that. And
yeah,
he just kept going back to that. I love that.
I want to
he
give
had
it up
no
to Dan
rebuttal.
Smott's
He had
fan.
no fucking rebuttal to that. I loved it.
I love that guy. He has been an ally to me since I hopped on Twitter and started my podcast, and he jumped on this and wanted to help out. And he is the constant. Again, when you see people like this who want to get involved with the Libertarian Party, like Dr. Amy LePore or Dan Smott's, let us recognize their genius. Let us hold them up and show everybody. You know what I'm saying? We need more people like them. I know. Don't be bashful, Amy. You know it's true. MVP.
For genius.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like listen, we need to attract. It's easy to be a Republican. Hashtag though Bishop strategy. It's easy. You could anybody could do that. But to take something, to be the underdog and like build something, even though we all know, like they tell us like, oh, why would you want to be around these fucking dorks? Like, I don't. It fucking sucks. I don't want to be around these dorks. We're trying to do something about it. Why are you giving us shit? You know?
Come help.
Come help. Or at the very least, don't talk shit while we're trying to make it better. That's all. You don't gotta even help. All gravy, baby.
I just want to make note. She is now Dr. Amy and Bill. You know. Do you really have a doctorate? Are you a doctor for real?
I am not a medical doctor. I have
a doctorate. Oh yeah, so you're like Dr. Jill. Yeah, it's like the same thing.
It's a lot like that, and so I get a little sensitive about people. Yeah. I don't self-refer as a doctor. I do not identify.
I'm glad because I totally judge people that normally do.
Yeah, I would not. Yeah.
Right. If she did, I would probably judge her a little bit, but I feel like it's my job to champion Mecox and Libertarians, and it's good to point out that you have.
Yeah,
there's some community around. That's all.
There's some serious people. There's some like weirdos like us who are just like freaking like street people who are just here to fucking help out, and we're warriors for the cause, and we're gonna go like full force all the way. We're gonna try, but we are not the people you want in leadership. We're just here to.
This is the magic, though. This is literally the magic. If it's all, and no offense, if it's all, it could be all. You don't want all doctors. Because you really do need people who were ready to get loud and take some arrows and things like that. Like, let us run defense for these people. It's the yin and the yang, man. The Steve Wozniak and the Steve Jobs. That's the package. That's why that worked, right? I don't know.
Yeah, you need the balance. You absolutely need it, and especially right now at the stage where our party is. You're not going to attract people, and that's why I know Michael Heiss is so gung-ho about the VP pick, and he's trying to get Maj Touré lined up for that, and it was pretty cool. We were at the Solutionary Summit, and Maj Touré actually was like, maybe that this is Michael Heiss over here, maybe convince me to run for VP for 2024. Like he acknowledged it publicly, so that was pretty fucking cool. But you need that balance, like Dave Smith, Maj Touré. Again, you need that balance. You need to be able to have people that are super smart, people that could send a message, and you need those autists within the party that are, that think through all this shit and, keep people like us in check, because we need to be kept in check too.
No doubt. Yeah. But I think it's cool, and it's exciting that some, people like us and Amy and Bill, I believe everybody here is on board with Dave Smith 2024. Like that makes sense to a radical libertarian.
Right.
Across
Absolutely.
the board, unless you're a total asshole with bad character. Now, with that said, Spike Cohen would be a nice choice too. That guy's fucking awesome. The party is lucky to have him.
Yep.
I just think in this climate right now,
I don't think, my personal opinion, I don't think Spike's a guy that wants to be president. Like when we saw him in Delaware, he kind of said, I'm the guy that gets you in the showroom, right? I don't know if you remember him talking about that.
Yeah, he's good at it. He's really talented.
Yes, he is.
I'm going to get you in the showroom, hand you off to the salesman that's going to sell you the car.
Think about the job that he had to do. Listen, in 2020, he was somebody's VP candidate, so he can't just like go off on his own and say whatever he wants because it's her platform. So right off the bat, you're like capped at the knees, and you want to be respected by the Mecox, and you're getting respect from like fakertarian types and Vermin Supreme, obviously, like these types, like across the board, just moderate libertarians. This guy was like loved. How do you do that? How do you like? Now, I'm not saying it was a perfect campaign that he ran or like perfect answers or whatever, but pretty damn close.
Yeah,
it was a hell of a juggling act.
Right, to like be consistent, be a great libertarian, and it's not even like, he never said that lie. He never said I can win. So right off the bat, I'm loving the honesty coming on. I think he crushed it, man, and I'm a huge fan. The party, it's great that the party is making celebrities, if you want to use that word, or making like personalities instead of like trying to rely on influencers, other Democrats and Republicans on their way out. You know what I mean? That's a failed.
Josh is gonna shit himself. He's over here doing yoga moves now. What's up? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Oh, you got all these great points and you're muted. Come on, fix your stuff. I don't know, man.
Good now?
You're good now. You're good now.
All right, that was bullshit. All right, so first off, raise your hand 2 years ago if you knew who the fuck Spike Cohen was.
No, I didn't.
There we
go. I got
there
called out.
That's all you need to say. And I'll go to bat for Spike, and that I don't necessarily feel that he would be maybe the best candidate for president per se, but getting to interact with him, especially more recently, like, he came down to Broward County and supported one of our congressional candidates that were running in Broward for District 20 for U.S. Congress. And just talking with him, like, he had a really great position, and, he's definitely somebody that, like Dave said, we're very lucky to have him, Tasha Cohen, his wife. Like, we're very lucky to have personalities like that in the party, because at the end of the day, the personalities are what make this party go round and round. The Spike Cohens, the Dave Caseys, like Amy, like I've been trying to say in your instance, like, stop being less humble. You like to earn a PhD, you have to bring something of novel value to academia. You have to bring something of actual value that your peers consider, hey, you've actually changed and brought a novel idea that we consider worth value to your particular like discipline of academia. So like, when I see people who hold PhDs in this party who are coming around talking about, I don't really want to talk about it. I'm not a doctor. Like, please stop. I'm not a medical. Fuck that. Like, take that title and run with it. You earned it. You spent years of fucking study and you brought something of novel value that your peers considered of value.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna get her Dr. Amy LePore Libertarian blue check on Twitter. It's fucking coming.
Good.
We're gonna make sure that happens.
He has to create a Twitter first.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna create it. We're gonna light the fire. We're gonna make her do it. Embrace it.
Yeah.
Please. Like, this is the type of shit. Like, even in my own affiliate, like, please, if you've earned your position, own it. Fuck that. Like, this is how we're going to increase the party's value. Hey, we have people who've earned PhDs. We have smart, intelligent people in academia. These aren't just some redneck, blue collar hicks like me and like Tim over here.
Oh, you clearly don't know anything about where I am from.
I don't.
I've done a lot of hard work
a
between
doctorate.
then and now. I promise.
I have an undergrad in liberal arts. Like I'm, like I tell people all the time, like there's no reason I should be in the position I am other than the person who was opposing me was very takeoverable. Sorry.
I like the term.
Yeah.
Takeoverable.
No, like
It's cool, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I can't remember. That's why I want you to go ahead.
I just like it's cool. Like we got Spike Cohen and stuff, but I'm noticing too. Like I just saw Reed Coverdale on Matt Kibbe's show. Like that's awesome. Dave Smith just elevated that kid like within the past year, and he really ran with it. Like he took that's awesome that just happened. Who else? Olivia Rondell. She was just on Kennedy.
Oh,
you know what I mean? She's crushing it. Like so, like. And these people are getting in. She just signed up for the Mises Caucus.
Well, Kennedy's helping a lot of people get exposure.
Yes.
You gotta give her credit.
For a while, it was just Dave Smith, and then Spike got in there, and he was Spike's a regular contributor at this point. But yeah, it's really great to see, man. And I don't know. Yeah, it's only Mises Caucus stuff. Well, I guess other than Spike, but that's where the energy's at. I'm sure that's where.
Yeah, no, like when I first heard that Dave Smith was going to be running for president, I was against the idea. I was like, yeah, like I get it. He's a comedian. He's a funny guy. I like his show, whatever, but he shouldn't be running. It should be somebody more like Spike. And, this is what I was saying, like being more radicalized over time. It's like, I thought like, yeah, if we get Spike, like he's going to attract the fakertarian crowd, the losertarians. I really like that term. I'm stealing it. And I think like this is like, he would be the candidate that would bring everybody on the same page. But, like that's like if you want to win, Dave's not going to win. Dave's going to do a speaking tour. He's going to spread the message about liberty. He's going to get, like Joey's referring to down there. He's going to get people like Tim Pool talking about the Libertarian Party again. Tim Pool's been calling himself a libertarian more and more and more. And it's only because Dave Smith's been around, so right. There's a lot of benefit to running him. And yeah, Joe Rogan's another one.
So could you imagine like, I don't see Spike Cohen as a president, but could you imagine him being the press secretary for the president in front of the press every day?
Michael Malice.
He would change
either one would be pretty fucking funny.
He really would.
Yeah.
It would be primetime tune-in news coverage.
Yeah, and in all reality, Spike would probably be the more professional one, but Michael Malice just for the savagery. Like, oh my god! Oh my god!
Shitting on the fucking.
I need the goosebump factor, man. I want to come out of my seat. When I see an ad, I want to run through the fucking wall. That's what I need. Give me some of that. Put it right in my fucking veins. That's why it has to be Dave Smith, because that's the guy. That's the goosebump factor.
Yeah.
He every time he goes on Rogan, dude, he gives you a couple gem clips of him just nailing it, man. Mm-hmm. When we say messaging, right? Like it's not just words. Like you gotta deliver that. You know what I'm saying? And get people excited. And I'm not saying that. Look, Spike is fucking awesome. I wish that I was more like Spike. Even keeled and just prepared and got it all up here. But for this particular job, the bully pulpit, right? And like you said, he's already plugged into these networks of people that respect him and will probably. Can you imagine what a Joe Rogan endorsement would do for this party?
It didn't do much alone. Just saying. No.
The potential of that is just so exciting. Why wouldn't we just work towards that? It just sounds like such an easy. And I would say it's weird that the Vermin Supreme types, I feel like this is if you like Jacob Hornberger and you took Vermin Supreme and you mashed them together, you get Dave Smith. You want a radical libertarian comedian kind of thing, but dress. He doesn't have a boot on his head. He's more respectable, but doesn't have a tie that's like Donald Trump wide and he's got some panache. Like that's what you need, right? Like I don't know. It's weird that it's controversial.
So I was actually gonna say, shit, I completely brain farted and lost.
I'm sorry, dude. I just go.
No, it's all good, dude. It's all good. You're making a lot better than I ever make.
Dude, we're an hour 45 into the show. Everybody loses their train of thought. If you've been picking up with
two of these, and
we're like,
what? He has nothing. He just we're like, and that's it. He's
Not
gone.
a red stripe. There it is.
Oh yeah. Well,
Nice.
40.
I had
Yeah.
to take my time so I didn't break these bottles. Jesus.
Nah, who cares?
I've been drinking
not your-
all night. God damn.
It's not your porch. Just break it. No, hey guys,
Yeah.
hey, I think this is great. So, what's next for you guys? Somebody asked earlier. I'm trying to find it now. How can people help you guys out? What's going on in Delaware? Like, we got to get you guys back in. Well, I mean, you're still in charge. I think you guys are the rightful.
We need to
ruler
throw these
of
other
that
idiots out.
But what can we do to help? How can we get you guys properly in your place? And yeah, I don't know. Save me.
So I know that the Delaware Mises Caucus Twitter account is working hard to bring to light some of what has gone on here. So sharing that content so that folks see it is a useful exercise. But when it's time and when we need that kind of support, when we need folks to start screaming about this, you'll hear it from us for sure. We're playing the long game here, and so we're not, as we say, screaming with our hair on fire just yet. But there will be a time.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta say, Josh, man, you particularly, dude, you really have gone out of your way to go to bat for us, and you've been a real support system, man. Thank you for all the, just sharing the stuff. That's really what it is. So I'm saying, like, when we say Will's got the keys to the social media, that's not like something light. That's he messages for the party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to combat that with other channels, our county channel, the Mises Caucus channel, do whatever we can, because as far as the world is concerned, Will McVeigh he's the voice of the party, which sucks because it's not going to inspire anybody, and we're still
right. To be fair, Dave's the chair of Newcastle County, which has more registered libertarians than the other two combined.
Yeah.
So, to give you
we're crushing it up here. Newcastle's great.
So you talk about Delaware's 3 counties, and Will did this thing where 2 county chairs can get rid of anybody on the board. But you got to realize those 2 county chairs. So Sussex County, let's talk about them for a second, real quick. If you go to a meeting, you become an officer.
Damn.
That's how Jimmy Brittingham became the chair. He came to a couple meetings, and they're like, "Hey, Jimmy, you're really invested in this. We're going to elect you chair." And then Joe Pasquale, same thing. He came to like 3 meetings, and they said, "Yeah, let's make you our county rep." And that's how he got on the state board.
It was that easy?
Yeah.
That's what these guys do. I see potential in you.
So let me tell you this. Well, let's go a little deeper. You want to have more fun. Will McVeigh is the Kent County chair. He has been for several years. He was also doubling as the treasurer for Sussex because they don't have enough people to have their board fully filled out.
I can't now.
Yeah.
Oh, and his mom is the treasurer of our state, so they're in cahoots. So that's another
you
thing.
mean kind of how like Tho Bishop's mom is the chair for Bay County and he's the vice chair?
So
that's the real Tho Bishop strategy.
Loser.
So if you really want to help us, here's how you can help us.
Yep.
Call your friends and family that live in Sussex County, Delaware, and tell them to get their ass to a meeting. That's how you can help us.
There you go.
If you got any people out that way, send them that way.
Yeah, our Florida audience will get right on that.
Yep.
I'm sure grandpa are up in Delaware.
Other people will watch this.
Half of Florida's from the Northeast, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna start digging into like my entire Facebook friends list. Who lives in Delaware?
All right, so we're gonna end the show.
Did we lose
here? I want to. No, I'm here. Can you hear me? Help me! I'm being raped.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Did that work? Can you hear me? Fine.
I'm hearing hip hop music now.
All right, cool. Yeah, that means you're hearing me. Are you here?
We hear you.
Yeah, we're here.
All right, good. All right, good. I'm gonna end the show here. Thanks for coming on, guys. Everybody, go support the. Yeah, of course, man. Go check out the Delaware Mises Caucus. Get involved. Help them get their state back. And we're gonna do some plugs. The first plug is gonna be, what is Amy's new Twitter handle?
Let's
Someone's
hear it.
gonna have to help me with that.
All right,
Dave.
cool.
I'm sure we'll help you.
Yeah,
It's gonna
Dave,
have
you
doctor
got-
in it. That's for sure.
There you go.
That's your job. This is
Amy.
submission if you choose to accept it.
there you go. Josh, you got anything you want to plug? Oh yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say, one of you guys should do a Twitter poll on that.
There you go.
Ooh.
Dave should do it. He has the bigger following.
Yeah.
All right, let's start there. Dave, you want to You want to plug anything before we get out of here?
Yeah. Plug yourself.
Yeah, go check out my podcast. I think you guys probably passed me. I think I'm up to like episode 13. I really need to get back to it. But this LP stuff is, it's important right now, man. So yeah, but follow me on YouTube and Odyssey, Dave versus Goliath. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm having most of my fun.
Bill and Amy, you got anything?
I'm Bill Hinds. Yep, you got me right there. That's me on Twitter.
All right, cool. Amy's Twitter coming soon. @coming soon.
Yeah.
Bill,
With a
Amy,
U.
if you guys don't invite me over to your powwow next time, though, I feel like it's gonna get weird if I don't get the invite next time.
What, for Florida convention?
These guys are always having podcasts with me. I'm always by myself, and they're always together. I feel like
Oh yeah. You got to be on the same screen.
I don't have
I
all
want the trifecta.
I don't have all the fancy equipment Amy has.
You
here,
know how Dylan is. He wants things very specific and well done. So he says Bill has to come to the house so we know it looks good.
See, that's what I'm talking. This is the professionalism I'm talking about.
I know. Yeah. Dylan did such a great job of setting you guys up beforehand. Shout out to him.
He did.
Yeah.
No, we can't, Joey. Josh and Rich, what's up?
Rich, you go first, bro.
You can follow me on Twitter at maybe Richie Roma. I think this is the longest Twitter handle.
You haven't got banned yet.
So yeah, knock on wood, I haven't gotten banned yet.
All right, and you can follow me, Halafka number 4, Florida. That's HLAVKA. Also follow at Florida Mises Caucus. Posting all kinds of great stuff for you, including the Forever Purge video with some Mises Caucus representation in there. So come check us out, come see what we're doing, and if you haven't already and you're in Florida, join the Mises Caucus. Stop wasting your fucking time, losers.
There we go. All right, guys, and that's going to be it for our show. You can find us every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Please be sure to join the Discord, because after the show, we're going to be hanging out in the lobby. I'm going to start making us do this more often so we can go hang out with the people who've been watching the show. Next show, we've got DL Cummings coming on. And then we're skipping the show, and then Karen Ann Harlos is coming on. So if you guys want to get involved and see what's going on there, every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, everywhere at Real Swampcast. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Swampcast.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Good night, everybody.